Hi everyone, my name is Brad Flickinger and I work as a technology teacher at an elementary school. And I just want to take a few minutes to talk to you about the apps for the iPad that I think are really interesting for schools, everything from kindergarten to 12th grade. So I really want to look at what's available right now. The iPad's only been out for a couple of months, so this is really still the first release. A lot of these apps that we're looking at are version 1, but I'm really excited about what this could possibly mean to teaching with iPads and having iPads in our schools. Okay, here I am sitting on my sofa because if you remember when the iPad was introduced, it was said this was not something to go on a desk necessarily, but you could relax and use it on your sofa and use it sitting in a chair and those type of things. So that's why I'm going to shoot it here. So let me just turn it on and wake it up here, get it oriented the right way. All right, as you see, I took it on my little case here, and this iPad also has a little silicone case to it, so that it just protects it if it ever gets dropped or bumped or those type of things. So that's what mine looks a little bit different than maybe a regular one. All right, let me just back up to the beginning. I'm just going to go through these apps probably one at a time just to show you some things that I think are interesting as far as using it in a school environment. First off being the calendar. I'm going to open it up here. This is a week view. These are my calendar events that are coming in through my Google Docs calendar. And here's what a day looks like. Very nice user interface. It looks beautiful. Use it list mode, and of course you can add events to it, and that's really easy to use. Something for our students to keep themselves organized. While I'm here, if you want to look at my battery life here, it's at 45% because I have been using this now for 2 days straight. So I never charged it last night. So the last time I charged it was over a day ago, and I used it all day yesterday, and I've used it all day today, and I still have lots of battery life, which is a big step forward for using this in a school, because if you know anything about using laptops in a school, their batteries drain so quick that they're always looking for places to charge it. So unless we're getting ready to run outlets to every desk in a school, it makes it really awkward. So this has got great battery life, fantastic battery life. All right, so we did calendar. Here's contacts. That's pretty straightforward, just people in your contact book. Notes, we're going to cover a little bit later on with a different application. This is just something you can type into just with the on-screen keyboard, which I got to say, when I first got it, I thought, well, maybe I'm going to go and get a Bluetooth keyboard for it, but honestly I can touch type on here just like a regular keyboard. It does have a little bit of a time to get used to it, but once you are, it works just great. So I have no need or no desire to get a regular size keyboard for it. Here's maps. I was looking at something just in Oregon just the other day, and so it's still loaded in here, and of course you can pinch and you can move things around and pinch and move at the same time, as well as anything else. We're used to this kind of interface now with Google Earth, but this is coming actually, I think, in from Microsoft Bing Earth. That's what this one's bringing it in for. All right, so we got maps, YouTube, that's pretty self-explanatory. Videos on the iPad are absolutely beautiful to watch. Here, I'm into podcasts right here. So here are TED Talks. I'm just going to start up a TED Talk here just to let me turn it up here.
For me, this story begins about 15 years ago.
Okay, videos look fantastic. We go into a commercially available video. So I got my podcasts, and here's Ratatouille by Pixar, Disney Pixar. You see videos play instantly.
So, I have in mind a simple arrangement. You will create for me a new line of Chef Skinner frozen food.
Oh, okay, videos. Got that covered. Music, iTunes, that's the same as basically an iPod. It plays music really well. It's organized really well. But let's go in here to iBooks. This is what I see is really interesting. That old idea of students having only, I'm going to open up my book called The Element right here. Let's say their teacher says, well, I need you to be studying out of a such and such book, and then they go to get it out of the library, it's already checked out, then they have to wait till someone returns it, or maybe they're fourth in line. I think that idea is going to go away with the fact that students will show up at school and get all the books in the library preloaded in their device. You can see I've highlighted text here. Let me just turn back some page. Look at that page turn right there. How beautiful that is as an interface. It's all searchable. Let's say you want to look up a word here in the dictionary. I've got stages here. I can just double click on that and I can say, well, let me look that up in the dictionary. And you look it up in the dictionary in the document itself. So you're not going to a separate app, you're looking it up right there, as well as being able to highlight and key mark or put in areas that you want to come back to later, like a bookmark or something like that. All right, so that's iBooks. Let me show you one more. Let me go back to my library. You can change the font size as well, so if that's too small for you, you can just hit a larger font and a larger font, and it will change to whatever size type you want. I'm going to the library. I'm going to go to the Winnie the Pooh right here. Alright, I'm going to just make that text a little bit smaller because it's just really big. Alright, there we go. And you can see Winnie the Pooh comes with beautiful art on each page. Look at that. It's obviously going to be amazing for our students to have access to all this just on their iPad or tablet. Alright, so we've got that. iBooks. Look at USA Today. Talk about current affairs. Here it is, going to just pull the information off the internet right now for my USA Today newspaper. And it actually has the effect of a newspaper. It's got little jagged edge across the top and the tractor marks across the side like it was pulled through a press. But here's USA Today. I can open it up and go to the different sections. There's the lifestyle section. Just open that up like that. It's just going to load in some photos. And then let me just get... There we go. There's all the photos and the ads. And then you just check out if you want to read a story about Shrek. There's the story. And if it had more pages, you can just flip through the pages, or we can just go to other stories here. There they all are. So fantastic for current affairs. And this is free. This is a free app. Just USA Today right there on your iPad. Okay, weather. Here's what weather looks like on the iPad. Here's WeatherBug. It's going to have what the conditions are right now, cameras, forecast, hourly forecast. Here's the Doppler radar that's loading up. This is fantastic for students who are studying weather. They can go to all different parts of the country. I can zoom out and I can see that there's no rain anywhere around where I am in northern Colorado right now. Maybe just a little bit up here in Wyoming. Here's a band of rain up here. You can see on the Doppler. Okay. Let's make that even look nicer. Since we have a high definition display here, here's weather in HD. And this will pull up current weather from my location and animate it in a way that's in high def. There it is, partly cloudy. That's what it looks like. And we go over to Estes Park, which is near where I am, and it's partly cloudy there as well, so it animates it in a slightly different way. So if it's snowing outside, it animates beautiful snow and all these things. Just fantastic. What they can do with a screen this large is just amazing. I use an application called Things to keep track of all my to-do lists that I have, and I actually can organize those into projects. So here's all my different projects. So I can go into teaching, and here's all my to-do lists for teaching. I've been using that a lot. Email is basically the same, so I don't need to show you that. Here are photos, and here are student photos. Let me just open that up, because you can take a sneak peek at any photos you want. You can just peek at them, and there are the photos there. Let me go back, and let's go open up some student shots here. Here are photographs that my students have actually been taking in the classroom, and I've got them loaded on my iPad here. Fantastic art.